Archive, distribute, and sell with our mobile-friendly websites, PhotoShelter.com. Get the Photographer's Guide to Copyright free at bit.ly/learncopyright.
Okay, so when you have a copyright infringement, you're eligible for damages. And even if your image is not registered, you're entitled to damages. And if it's not registered, you're entitled to only actual damages, which is the top half of the decision tree. And then I've cited the statutes that are applicable there. And so when you're entitled to actual damages, you either you get what's called an ordinary license fee. If you have a history of licensing, then you likely would get your ordinary license fee for the infringement. You're also entitled to profits if the profits are not too speculative. And one way to talk about whether profits are speculative, if your photograph of a Porsche car was used for an advertisement campaign by Porsche, you likely would not be able to recover the profits that Porsche manufacturing or the company made during that time that the advertisement was run, because people generally buy Porsches not because of an ad campaign, but primarily because it's a great car. However, if your photograph was used on a T-shirt and the T-shirts were sold, people buy T-shirts because they like what's on the T-shirt. That's a cool photo or it's a cool design. Then you likely would be entitled to the profits that the infringer made from the infringement. And now, interestingly, even if the company, for example, and this has happened in some of our cases, if the T-shirt company has no idea that they are infringing, they think that they have an actual license for the use of the photograph, you as a copyright owner are still entitled to both the ordinary license fee and the profits made from the infringement, even if the infringement was done innocently. So sometimes that can be a significant amount of money.
Can you?
Okay, so then we go to the bottom half of the. Go ahead. Yeah. So in the bottom half
kind
of
this notion of actual versus statutory.
If you have timely registered your image with the Copyright Office, you're eligible for statutory damages. And we talked about timely registration. That's either before the infringement or within 3 months of first publication. Then when you're eligible for statutory damages, you actually can choose between statutory damages or actual damages. Sometimes actual damages can be more than statutory damages, but it's usually not. Then you're entitled to damages. The standard range is $750 to $30,000. If you can prove that it was a willful infringement, you're entitled to up to $150,000. And if the infringer can prove that it was an innocent infringement, then they can get the damages reduced to no less than $200. The innocent infringement is a pretty high standard to meet, so that doesn't happen very often, but it can. You're also entitled to get your attorney's fees and certain court costs for any litigation that you have.